Welcome to ETFinalscore.com, your source for all the highlight stats and stories and scores from around East Texas high school football, with your host, Eric Sullivan.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the ETFinalscore.com football show. Week 2 is just about in the books. We've got you covered with highlights and games, of course, from all over East Texas. The Tyler Sports reporters, they'll be joining us by phone as well. But we want you to be a part of the show. All you got to do is really get on our Twitter page, at ETFinalscore. You can post your comments, your scores, anything you want right there, or shoot me a text at 903-216-7290. All right, let's get this show started. Of course, we start with the 58th meeting between John Tyler and Robert E. Lee. This year, it was as wide open as any year on who would win this game. John Tyler, of course, has dominated in the past, but Lee came in as a hotter team at 2-0. Blue versus the red, War of the Roses, Rose City Rumble, whatever you want to call it. Let's get to the highlights. There's my man, Reggie Gibson, in that strong running game. Lee's Micah Hall was trying to get things up first on a good possession right here, as he would get a big run right here. Great job by him. Mr. Zach Hall getting the job done, but the drive would stall. Jeremy Wilson now, look at him bust out and go all the way through. Long touchdown run, 7-0. John Tyler with the lead. Giovanni McAllister, this young man is growing up before our eyes. What a pass to Nick Kane, who was just huge tonight. Busted outside, gets inside the 20-yard line. What a play right there. But that Lee defense would clamp down. Amar Wilson stuffing Reggie Gibson right there. John Tyler had to go for 3. It's now 10-0. Ensuing kickoff right there. Oh, no. Muffed kickoff right there. The Lions would recover it. Turnovers would be the story in this football game tonight. Gio McAllister, as I mentioned, the game of his life so far, and he's still got another year after this one. Hits Mr. Gibson on the pass. 17-0. John Tyler. And Zachy Hall trying to get it going. The super sophomore, that's what he can do. Two-dimensional player. But once again, the drive would end on a turnover. Unbelievable. All the balls being stripped out by that feisty John Tyler defense tonight. And then Zach Hall is going to try to get something salvaged here before halftime. Going to Greg Johnson, but he is picked off by Mr. Greg Johnson. I'm sorry, great play by number 7. And then that would set up McAllister once again, not with this big arm, but he sees the opening, and there we go. Touchdown. Big 24-0 lead, but before halftime, McAllister one more time. They were going for blood tonight. Jeremy Wilson, 31-0. That's right, point at that CBS 19 camera. Folks, unbelievable, 44-0. John Tyler making a statement tonight. Wow. Second most lopsided victory in this series in 58 meetings. With more on JT's big-time win tonight, we go back out to Rose Stadium, where our man Jeff Schaefer was on the scene all night long. What a win for JT, Jeff. Unbelievable.
Well, Eric, huge win tonight for the John Tyler Lions here at Rose Stadium. 44-0 over their rivals from Robert E. Lee. Just a dominant performance by the Lions tonight. Things really came together for John Tyler. I'm joined now by JT head coach Rickland Holmes. And Coach Holmes, like I said, things really came together for you. I mean, how nice was that to see, especially in a rivalry game against Robert E. Lee tonight?
Oh, it's always good anytime you see progress in your team from the first week. Now we're in the third week. The things that we done wrong the first 2 weeks, we made sure that we made the corrections in going into the third week. And the things that we done right, the things that we done wrong tonight, we're going to make sure we correct those going into week 4.
Always looking ahead, always looking for something to fix as a head coach. Now, we were just talking about, you set goals at the beginning of the season, and this is always it's like the first step in your goals, correct, to win the Tyler Championship. I mean, so what does this mean to your team going forward now? It gives you a lot of momentum, I'm sure.
It just lets us know we accomplished our first goal. Now we got 2 more to accomplish. That's winning the district championship and then moving on to win a state championship.
Can you talk a little bit about, you always have guys to replace every season, and you had a lot of big names to replace coming into this season, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but offense was really clicking tonight. You put up 44 points. Can you talk about the progress that some of those guys have made?
It just lets you know, hey, I tell the people all the time, we don't rebuild, we just reload. It's things that, these kids are able to do that that last group wasn't able to do. And there's some things that they're not able to do that they did. But what you do as a coach, you make sure you coach what they do best. And that's what Coach Bush is doing on the offense side of the ball, and that's what Coach Anderson is doing on the defense side of the ball.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win. Big rivalry win for you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, so a huge win for John Tyler tonight to put up plenty of points, and they shut down that Red Raider offense that has been so explosive the first couple of weeks of the season, Eric.
All right, Jeff, great job right there. What a win for the JT Lions. Reggie Gibson, Giovanni McAllister, just outstanding tonight. And look at this, folks. Nacogdoches, who have been so down for so long, beat Lufkin tonight. That's why you play the game, folks. You never know what can happen on a Friday night. Unbelievable. Now, don't forget tomorrow night, those Longview Lobos will be at the Battle of the Border in Shreveport's Independence Bowl. It got Marshall going at 5 o'clock. Then the Longview Lobos taking on Olive Branch, Mississippi in this Saturday night special. We'll have those highlights at 10 o'clock on the Saturday night Big Ticket on CBS 19. Let's get to Class 4A now. The White House Wildcats, hot start to 2013, continue tonight at Sulphur Springs. Both teams can score in bunches. Let's just see how many were put up tonight. To Sulphur we go. Boy, that White House team just looking so strong. And early on, you got to give it up to this play right here by Willie Ivory of Sulphur Springs. Look at the effort. He hits the pylon. Touchdown, Wildcats. They take the early 7-0 lead. Patrick Mahomes Jr., a.k.a. the chosen one, he says, hey, Willie, look at my arm. What a throw. Better catch from Coleman Patterson, play of the night nominee. Patterson says, I know what I'm doing right there. Then on the read option, it's going to be Vincent Dunning. Good to see the Cats getting that running game going, especially in the red zone. We're tied at 7. Vincent not quite done yet as he would get it once again from Mahomes. 14-7. White House with the lead. Now the very dangerous Willie Ivory looking for more right here, but Reggie Long, great job of knocking it out. Joseph Klein, Johnny on the spot to recover it. That would lead to no points for White House, but on the drive after Sulphur tied it at 14, Shamar Smith. Look at that guy, like a pinball machine, bouncing around, gets it all the way across the 20-yard line. White House would score again, and they did it a lot tonight. 61 points. White House undefeated, still at 3-0. Top 5 ranking. They take care of Sulphur 61-22. With more on this big win for the White House Wildcats, Shane Stark joins us from Sulphur Springs. Shane, a little bit of a slow start, believe it or not, but man, the Wildcats just exploded tonight.
Yeah, they looked out of sync in the first half. Mahomes was 0 for 6 on his first 6 attempts. In the second half, they just exploded. They got 20 points in the third quarter. Mahomes, he threw for over 400 the first 2 games, but tonight he finished with a modest 386 with 4 touchdowns for the Wildcats. The big surprise, I guess, tonight, or not the big surprise, but the top player for the Wildcats was Coleman Patterson, the receiver. He had 9 catches, 209 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And don't forget about Vincent Dunning. He had 3 touchdowns rushing for the Wildcats. So the ground game is really what stood out for him in the first half and got him going.
Well, I was going to say, Shane, good to see Dunning getting it done on the ground. And, hey, do we need to tip our hat to the Wildcat defense tonight, of White House, of course?
Yeah, I mean, the Sulphur Springs, they're not the Sulphur Springs that people got used to seeing back, with Tyreek Rawson running the show and stuff like that. But they run a lot of plays. They're like the Wildcat, or they're like White House, where they're no-huddle, NASCAR-type offense. But I just don't really think that they have the offense that they once had. That being said, the Wildcats, White House still, they shut them down pretty good. Held them to 22 points.
All right, Shane, great job, and be careful getting back. You'll be back late tonight after all those points were scored. Let's move on now. It's been a wild ride for Pine Tree football the last 2 weeks. Coach Fitzhenry reinstated by the school board on Tuesday. And by the way, the Pirates 2-0 this season. Their quarterback Dalvin Mans has been outstanding, but a very tough test tonight. The Kilgore Bulldogs in town. The tradition-rich Bulldogs early on. Benny Colbert's giving it to Aaron Foy. Mr. Foy, 18 yards up the middle. This time it's going to be Benny on the quarterback keeper. He runs it on the outside, gets it just inside. Oh, man, I think he scored, but they mark him down at the 1-inch line, and Davidia Brown's going to take it in for the touchdown. It's 70-0 Kilgore Bulldogs. There's Mr. Dalvin Mans. This guy, built for tough player of the week. He's got that big arm, but right here, picked off by Trey Devine. What a play, Trey. And the Bulldogs are looking like get even more. But on the handoff right here, nothing happens as Brown would fumble. So nothing doing for Kilgore on that play, but they get the ball back. And here we go, Mr. Colbert, Aaron Foy, see you later. That is that Kilgore speed. It even beat the camera right there. 70-yard touchdown, 14-0. Dalvin Mance trying to get something going. He's going to go for it himself right here, but he gets stuffed. And how about this final score tonight? As Pine Tree's big season, wow, they got humbled tonight. Kilgore, impressive 56-7 win over the Pine Tree Pirates. Down at the Tomato Bowl tonight, struggling Jacksonville Indians trying to get something going, but unfortunately they had to play those Gilmer Buckeyes. But how about the start for the Indians right here? Datavian Theta right there with a big run to the outside. Then Carter McCowan, who is just doing all he can for Jacksonville this season. Look at the deep bomb, and Claude Franklin, full extension, so pretty. We slowed it down for you right here. That's how you catch a football. Then Trent Sansom would get it from McCowan right here to take it in, and Jacksonville with the early lead. Do we smell an upset? Well, that kind of woke up Coach Jeff Traylor and the Gilmer Buckeye offense as Tanner Barr, one of the best in the business this year, to the right side. And look at Chase Tate. He says, hey, Jacksonville, you think you got some speed? Wait till you see the Buckeyes. He gets it for the first down. Then Barr's going to go to his main guy, Desmond Pollard. Look at the time Tanner Barr has. Great job by the offensive line and a great play by Pollard. Oh, man. Unbelievable. 60-20, your final score. Gilmer with the big win tonight. All right, we've got some Lindale and Van action for you from Memorial Stadium. And how about the Lindale Eagles trying to get it done? Nash Walters pitches it to Michael Walker. Great job. First down. Now check out this run by the big guy, Delennis Garrett, on that read option. Woo! Getting pretty with the spin, running right through the Vandals. He's got more yards right there. And then Walters is going to do his best to get in the end zone. Nothing on the left side. Bounces it out right. Come on, Nash, get to that end zone, gets down to the 1-inch line, but that's okay. Lindale, Coach Metter, had the play drawn up right when he got to the 1-yard line. It's going to be Nash Walters faking everybody out and just throwing that slant to Justin Willis. Final score in this one, could the Eagles get a win? They do. 24-21. Congratulations. Good to see Lindale playing better football. We got a couple 4A scores for you. Mount Pleasant and Terrell. It's 77-34. Mount Pleasant. Wow. And then Texas High, who will play Robert E. Lee next, they are leading Liberty Ilo 30-8. First break right now on the ETFinalScore.com football show. More highlights and scores, and TK Gorman, Coach Kobe Gibson will join us in studio. Also, check out the ET Final Score Twitter page for all your info.